You can hand knit a herringbone twist stitch into a floor mat rug with jumbo chenille chunky yarn from Becozi, which is an online store. So I wanted to make this rug before I made a blanket. You do get less yarn per skein than Yarn Bee, Bernat Mainstays, but then again, this is jumbo yarn. It's super soft and fluffy. I do love that. Well, when comparing Yarn Bee to the jumbo, it's 1 inch thick. Yarn Bee feels a bit more dense too. But let's try this jumbo yarn out. Unravel and check your yarn. Take your working yarn in your left hand and you're going to make a slip knot, which is your starting point. So go ahead and check out my video explaining how to do this. After pulling the loop to size, I gauge my loop with 3 fingers inside. You'll leave the tail on the left with the knot side down and the loop open. Your right hand holds the working yarn and left hand pulls the yarn through the loop to make your chain foundation, which is the base to add on your stitches. Keep your loops consistent. Your last loop on the chain remains open. You have your tail and your knot and your chain done and ready to begin your stitches. You'll move the working yarn to your left and flip the chain over. With the open loop, pull your working yarn down through that open loop, pull it up and make a knit stitch that sits off to the side. Now we're going to make our stitches. Don't go through the bottom or the top bump, but the middle bump. The middle part of the chain, or the middle bump, is what you want to pull the working yarn through. Bring the loop up. These loops need to be bigger because you will be twisting it and then using the top part of the loop that's open to then later on pull stitches through. I gauge my loop size about 3 fingers inside the loop. Keep finding the middle bump and pulling that working yarn through, making knit stitches. Keep doing that all the way across this row. Make sure you find the middle bump near the knot and pull the working yarn through for your last loop on this row. Before I go to my next step, I just arrange and straighten out my stitches. With your first row done, you can see your tail, your knot, and your working yarn on the left, as well as see the bottom chain border done. Let's move our working yarn to the right. Now this last loop in my hand will be set off to the side as it will become the chain border. By following the direction of the working yarn, your herringbone twist stitch starts now. I twist it to the right, engage my finger inside, pull the working yarn through to make a knit stitch. I gauge my loop size to 3 fingers. You're done with that loop. Move to the next loop and twist to the right. Put your finger in and pull your working yarn through the loop, making a knit stitch loop the same size. Continue in this pattern, twisting your loops to the right in the herringbone twist stitch, going all the way across until you get to the end of this row. You notice here that the pattern is starting to form. Coming to the end of making our first row of stitches, we're going to take that working yarn, pull it through down the bottom loop, bringing that up into a knit stitch. This will be the chain border on the right. Now twist the second row stitches to the left. Place your finger in the loop and pull the yarn through, making a knit stitch. Each loop you'll twist to the left and continue making your knit stitches, pulling that through and up. I keep my loops touching and pulling my working yarn close to maintain even tension. So now coming to the end of the second row, take the working yarn and pull through the bottom end loop and up, making a knit stitch. This is going to be your chain border on the left side. Bring the working yarn up and behind the second loop. So now, which way are we going to twist? That's right, it's to the right. Each row will change from right to left doing this pattern. Pull your working yarn through again, making a knit stitch, checking your loop sizes. Move your working yarn to the right. Keep your loops close and touching as you knit. It's okay to take your time as you knit, making sure you have your loops the right sizes, gauging to make sure that your pattern and the loop twists are in the right direction. So now, coming to the end of this third row, take your bottom end loop, and with the working yarn, you'll pull it through and up, making another knit stitch. Your chain border is now coming along. Pretty soon, you're going to see the herringbone pattern forming. For this mat, you'll have 7 rows of the herringbone pattern with the bottom and top chain border. Make sure to have about 48 inches of yarn left to cast off your border. That bottom chain loop you'll bring up, and then you'll sandwich these last 2 loops together, pull the working yarn through, and make another loop. the working yarn goes behind, you'll take the next loop and sandwich together, bring the working yarn through those 2 loops and make another one and pull that over. You'll keep pulling the loops over to make a rounded border for a half circle border on the mat. Continue to sandwich these loops together, pulling the working yarn through, creating another loop, and pulling that over till the next one. With the right chain border and the rounded chain loop at the top, you're going to sandwich those together, pull the working yarn through, and pull down tightly. I just braid the tail through, and then I take my lighter, find the center, and I light that up, and then I attach it to the yarn. Hold it till it cools. Now arrange the top border on the top side. For the bottom left tail, I loop it in and wrap it around, cut the size that I want to attach it to the mat. Then I light it up in the center and attach it and hold it while it cools. With the 16 by 12 mat, our little 6-year-old tried it out and felt it was super fluffy, soft, and cozy.